Hey guys, welcome to another special episode of Press Back to Play where we take in all your comments. This time we have our special guest Aman Biswas here to join us today. He has been helping us navigate the waters of crypto, NFT, and other things related to gaming, in which you can check out another video that we had already posted on the channel. But yeah, he's here with us. He's going to take us through some of the comments that we've had in the past week or so. So Sushir, you want to start us off?
ये मानस करेगा.
Oh yeah.
Manas, you want to start us off?
Outsourced.
These are like
Please decide.
I'm the
Please
winner.
decide. I cannot do
These are-
this every episode.
चलो to start with the comments. सबसे पहले तो we'll address something जो हमने just अभी we participated in the 20 questions.
Oh, spoil the
Ashish-
video. Wait, ये video
नहीं,
कब
नहीं,
आएगा?
No.
Will this go after comments or before?
We'll see.
Should
We'll
go
decide. I think
We'll
we can
see.
go
But
before.
spoil नहीं करूँगा. Result spoil नहीं करूँगा.
result don't spoil the result.
है ना? But maybe you can see tears दिख रहे हैं तो समझ जाओगे क्या हो रहा है. But Ashish is saying कि like one of these days I want somebody to guess the right answer after the first question itself. I would love to see Ayush's reaction. I think आज जैसे गया like the right जैसे अगर Aman had way
Actually,
of
Aman's
his way.
question. Aman's
Yeah.
first question was very
Strategy.
spot on.
Yeah, like Aman's question could have actually maybe given us a guess. Ashish, you'll see in the comments while in the 20 questions.
Yeah. So subscribe if you
potential
haven't
guess.
already to see when that video goes live.
Exactly.
And turn on the notification.
Notification.
Bell icon,
Ding, ding,
yes.
ding.
And then listen to us and then get pissed off and then unsubscribe. Sutta और चाय कह रहा है कि half the year is almost gone. Can we have best and worst of 2022 early season? अब तक के games में, which I think is something that we already have in mind. Something that we'll do. Like अभी जून का ये conference हो जाए.
Were
Then
there
we'll do
many games?
I think there are enough to talk about. नहीं? Like I mean, Game of the Year.
It's a
Forza Horizon.
probably,
Good,
yeah.
Forza Horizon 5 best and worst done.
But yeah, we'll probably be able to do this video pretty soon. चलो next up थोड़ा सा deep much deeper है. क्या बोलते हैं? शशि का question है. Basically the question kind of comes down to कि I don't have any interest in TV shows, movies and web series. सिर्फ OTT platforms के search bar तक की journey हो पाती है. But I love anime. Adult Swim cartoons and some animated shows like Invincible and Vox Machina.
Invincible.
सालों बाद एक वेब सीरीज देखा हेलो ओनली बिकॉज आई एम अ बिग फैन ऑफ हेलो सागा. क्या बताओ आंखों से खून आ गया मास्टर चीक्स को देख के. Though it's non-canon but it's depressing. I didn't like
I
it
told
like
you this was
Uncharted
not
either.
canon.
So
Somebody was arguing with me.
not canon. But yeah, like if you're picking that world and doing stuff to it, not canon. All of that aside, like the story that they're telling, it's hilarious to watch मेरे लिए तो because I don't care particularly कि ना वो like I mean I don't care मतलब अच्छा
Either
अच्छा है
way.
तो बढ़िया है.
Manas lives in a society.
Samaj.
So like his question
Damn it.
kind of boils down to like ये live action adaptations of video games. Even Uncharted उसने mention किया, Tomb Raider उसने mention किया. Like they're not really working out. जबकि on the other hand, Dota, Dragon's Blood, Castlevania, and Arcane like all of these like animated adaptations are doing so much better. So should games का like these adaptations be animated adaptations?
Yes.
Like should they be a focus? Yeah, even I kind of agree with Darren's answer कि maybe that is like an art style also alludes more to the game. कभी कभी होता है कि you want to diverge from the game. Like Halo, maybe they want to diverge from the game, but what they did with it is very weird. मुझे लगता है वो
Well,
essence ही नहीं. It's like
It
just
doesn't matter आप live action करो या फिर वो
हाँ.
करो. Castlevania, you take a look at Castlevania. मतलब
True.
brilliant. Those 4 seasons are brilliant. मतलब मुझको गेम से ज्यादा पसंद है. To be fair, to be honest. Like और it's not like कि उन्होंने गेम की तरह बनाया है वो. But there are elements which allude to how
To the game.
to the game works, right? So and which is what I like.
But
Plus
I
sharpness.
completely agree with Ayush. Like Arcane as well, right?
Hmm.
It's the fact that Arcane is good is not because it's animated or live action, but because of the story it tells. Like everything that happened in Arcane could be done in live action. Like it wasn't like very over the top or anything, right? But just towards the end they used some flashy fighting stuff, but otherwise it was mostly choreographed stuff, which was actually harder to animate than pull off
I
in
think-
live action. I think
live action suffers from two things. One is if you
Or
get a
by Bebop.
mainstream, yes, always. But if you get a mainstream actor or any named actor, you're paying a lot in just more than you would pay a voice actor. I feel. I don't know how
Yeah.
Hollywood ka payment system works.
Plus
Yeah, yeah.
consistency, right? मतलब
Yeah, they want
Yeah,
they want them to be shown, right? वो
Yeah.
Mandalorian में that is a unique case where he doesn't show his face, but in lot of situations they want to be the face, they want to be shown, Animated gives you that freedom ki okay, go nuts, do whatever you want. I don't think Castlevania and would have worked as well as in a live actions, wo. Because just because of the pacing and the animation and all that, right?
Pacing तो
Arcane,
बहुत brilliant है उस game की यार.
yeah, Arcane works well because of the world that it is based upon, right? It feels wo, but if you were to, I feel if you were to try to do it in live action, it would fail. It wouldn't have that charm, the aesthetic of that world, the grittiness of it. It would fail in that sense. And this person, like Sashi said, ki he likes Invincible and Vox Machina. Again, Invincibles is based on a comic book, which amazing. And
Source
Vox
material पे ही हो
Machina,
रहा है.
Vox Machina, I recommend if you enjoyed Vox Machina, go and watch what spawned it, which is Critical Role ka show. I've been watching it. I haven't watched Vox Machina yet, but I watched the part jo show mein hai, and it's amazing on just people playing on a tabletop with no nothing. So do that. But I'm just going off a rant here now, which I always do. But
कोई बात नहीं Darren.
but I do
But I
think
think
ki
but I think
movies and
go on.
to bring it back, movies and TV shows, especially live action, are catering to a very wider, more general audience, right? Even now, people will hesitate to watch animated stuff, but when it comes to live action, people come in. The general populace will come in because to them it might look exciting or interesting because people are talking about it.
वैसे ये
Uncharted,
तो है. I agree with
Uncharted is a
Darren
good example,
completely.
na?
yeah,
It's मेरी wife को Witcher दिखाना is much more easier than उसको Castlevania दिखाना. Like it is like there are more degrees of freedom there. Henry Cavill, Witcher, सब कुछ.
Because
Everything adds to the
But
idea of
Witcher also like is a good example, right? Like even Witcher is pretty good, and it's live action. But it was good again. I think it's
But again, Witcher
less
का source
about.
material is are books. You wouldn't say कि like Witcher
games.
that's
But
like a video game adaptation.
ठीक है, but the video games are what made it popular. Like ठीक है, we can stretch it ठीक है, a little bit if you're taking those examples, because I mean when Henry Cavill himself like pushes for Witcher ka TV show, he constantly talks about the games and the books, but there is definitely a focus on the games as well. It's not like his love for the games is not known, right? But I think the main thing is, yeah, all of these shows, live action, animation, whether it's movies or series, it's all art. Same with games. It's about the people involved rather than the limitations. I think the limitations are there in both live action and animation. You can do only so many things in either, right? Just like you can bring an actor and that will give just say Ayush gave an example, right? A lot of people would be more willing to watch live action stuff, but it goes for how do you treat that piece of art. Like Halo, for example, I think is a really bad example, right? Because it's
But
just
Aman, like Halo is like the standard, typical, stereotypical video game adaptation
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you would see. I think that's the
Yeah.
point he's kind of making, right? Like ये ऐसे game क्यों बन रहे हैं? Like इस तरह का चीजें क्यों बन रही हैं?
I think that's because people who are adapting these things. First of all, let's see how old the gaming industry is. Like it's 30 odd years old, right? In that 30 odd years old, the people who are managing these Halo shows, say producer, executives, etc. I don't think they've actually played Halo. Okay. Which is very obvious if you see the show. And that's where, the love for that source material, for that franchise is not there. And which shows the fact that it's a very soulless, very generic kind of show. I think it's same thing can be said for Indian gaming scene, right? Executives, everyone, all of them non-gamers. But yeah, I think it's very early, so it's still changing. Like Arcane is a good example. Before Arcane, I don't think anyone expected anything like Arcane. Arcane is not just a good video game. It's a good show in general.
And I think that is the
amazing. Yeah.
And that's the point कि ना मतलब अगर Halo का नाम चिपका दो and make entirely different something entirely, but if the thing is good, people will still end up enjoying it.
Yeah. I think Arcane proves that, right? It's not like it has nothing to do with the MOBA game. It just picks characters from the game. It's so brilliant. Yeah, I think I completely agree.
Just make a good show, like
good
I
show,
think
good story.
Good show. I think
I have a
बहुत
question.
ठीक
ठीक है, this is against Arcane. तो मुझे बस like conceptual है. तो ठीक है. तो League of Legends का concept ये है कि there is a rift, like there is a valley, right? And you are a summoner, like you summon heroes to play in that rift, ठीक है? तो मतलब they come from different cultures, they come from different backgrounds, है ना? तो Arcane, how does Arcane, the world of Arcane, ties up to League of Legends? ये मेरा
कुछ नहीं
question है.
बोला. No, that never mentioned. It's never mentioned. It said these are the characters living in this world. This is their personal stories. This is how they're interconnected. And this is the story about high
And then-
society and low society. ठीक
And
है?
then they're taken up by a summoner and put into a game.
No,
नहीं,
no,
नहीं,
no.
नहीं,
Nothing,
no
कुछ नहीं.
mention, no
Doesn't
mention of
title,
the game.
only the
Nothing,
lore.
यार. Only lore
But lore
of
कैसे
individual
exist हुआ?
characters.
Like the
World
lore
building.
Arey, they're not talking about the League of Legends that we
हाँ.
are playing only. It might happen sometime in
वो
the
कैरेक्टर्स
future.
की
in the
हिस्ट्री
game.
के बारे में दिखाया जा रहा है.
Interpersonal relationships of the
हाँ, तो
characters,
मतलब
how they
then that's what I'm
became
saying ना,
who
then
they
the
were.
connection is कि वो कुछ और ही world है और summoner का world
Yeah.
अलग है, and then that summoner pulled him out of this world and put them into the game, put him into
You
his
could
game.
say
हाँ, हाँ.
something like that, yeah. Like Detective Pikachu.
You can say it's a
like
prequel.
the idea of the summoning rift does not exist in the world of Arcane. मतलब ऐसा कह रहा हूँ मैं. That was my
Not yet.
question.
Not
Yeah, not yet. ठीक है.
Hmm.
It's up to interpretation, right? As good pieces of art should be. Like
But
it should
कैसे,
have
like-
some image. Huh?
ठीक है बस इतना ही question था मेरा.
नहीं,
तो-
I think Ayush, then the point is कि जैसे they could have easily shown Master Chief का dick and balls and ass and all, but if they had made a good show, people would not have mind. या वो चल जाता.
नहीं मेरा
Okay.
कोई show से तो related- this was just like a
Yeah.
curiosity thing that I
Personal.
Yeah,
had,
I
which
know,
I
नहीं, I
wanted to ask.
understood. मतलब मैं trying to bring it back to the comment
मैं-
person, but go,
Let's go, Sushir. Unleash the Sushir.
Sashi, 33-year-old here. Okay, I think you are younger. I just want to say this. चैन की सांस लो. Don't worry. खून के आंसू मत रो. You need to let go of certain things.
हाँ.
कुछ खराब हो रहा है तो ठीक है,
छोड़ दो.
छोड़ दो उसको.
हम्म.
नया
Yeah,
चीज
yeah.
देखो. दुनिया में अच्छे
और आएंगे.
चीज देखने की कमी नहीं है. और आएंगे क्या है ऑलरेडी. Go and
You
watch
don't
those.
have
हाँ,
to
और
go
भी
through
है.
the torture of 8 episodes of Halo if you don't like the first episode.
Yeah.
Just
stop.
Just saying, right? Just saying, if you give hate comments, that's engagement, and that gives them more reason to make a season 2.
And if you are worried about video games making the transition into TV series and movies and stuff like that, just like Aman said, this is a particularly new industry right now, 30 years old and less. ठीक है, हम लोग कई उम्र का है, तो industry is just now transitioning into that mature adult phase. अभी HBO में जोनाथन नोलन का सीरीज आएगा फॉलआउट के बारे में. अभी सॉरी Amazon पे आएगा, HBO पे आएगा क्रिस मेजिन, for
Last of Us.
नील रकमन Last of Us. So don't worry, things are getting better. अगर ये अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है मत देखो, बंद कर दो, छोड़ दो,
और
भूल जाओ
बहुत
इसके
सारे.
बारे में. ऐसे बहुत सारे गेम हैं
Eventually-
जैसे से लगेगा.
And
Which should lead
eventually
to
lot
our
more
next
people-
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, Aman, finish your thought.
No, I think eventually there will be more shows and series, and everyone constantly trying also, right, to create,
Yeah.
and we'll always keep getting new options.
Right.
Yeah.
And also maybe you don't even have to directly say कि एक video game पे based show है, just make
Right.
call
Yeah.
it Love, Death and Robots, and it's all explored in video games already. It's
Yeah.
and
वो
fun
भी
show.
है.
So maybe just go for that. Rahul asks, this is somewhere where we can do some recommendations. Talking about TV shows, would love to see you guys 3x3 of like favorite shows, movies, and or games of all time. So मैं कहा for this, let's just recommend like 3 TV shows each.
Quick fire.
जो तुम्हें that hey and hey, if, even better if you can connect it to like maybe like hey gaming का कुछ relevance है theme में, or just good TV shows.
Let's Aman start. Since
Yeah.
he,
One
I
Piece.
guess, बस एक
One
ही
Piece. One Piece.
One recommendation is worth all the time.
हाँ.
जब तक खत्म होगा.
हाँ, वापसी
One
One
Piece,
Piece is
One
massive,
Piece.
नहीं?
Should have expected
One-
that from Aman वैसे.
हाँ,
I
वही.
follow
One
him on
Piece,
Facebook.
One Piece, Lord of the Rings, and
Backdoor Sluts 9.
what?
ज्यादा VR देख रहा है Darren.
Lord of the Rings trilogy and Arcane and One Piece. But One Piece. Watch One Piece. Best.
It's a big ask though, but yeah.
By the time you get to
Best.
form a bad opinion
Best.
about One Piece, you're already dead.
No. It's the best. It's.
I'll just
I've
kidding,
watched-
Aman.
I've not- I've
अभी
watched-
end हो गया, final season आ चुका है उसका.
नहीं नहीं.
There's
नहीं,
no season in One Piece.
there है ही नहीं. तो
Other
आधे
than
episode
arcs.
साथ-
There's arcs. So
अच्छा,
and there's
कितने-
like
अभी
a
final
full
arc हो गया?
story. नहीं. Still have.
बहुत बाकी है.
बहुत बार.
बहुत बाकी नहीं है. We are in endgame.
हाँ,
It's
manga
very
is in
good.
endgame.
Manga is in
Okay.
endgame. There's like another war. It's very crazy. Okay, people who see MCU think like, oh, Endgame was the best thing. One Piece already went there halfway, and now there's bigger Endgame going to happen. So and
Ender's Game.
unlike are you One Piece fan, Dan?
Yeah, nahi, I haven't watched it yet because I know I'm too scared.
It's too much.
Okay.
I'm too
Okay.
scared.
This is the elderly
one
problem,
watches-
but in anime.
No one watches One Piece yet. One Piece is the best. Okay, guys. Like one of
वैसे
it's a
मैं बताऊं, like I
modern.
watched One Piece, but I watched One Piece in the start जब वो मतलब कार्टून नेटवर्क पे नहीं आता था, like थोड़ा हिंदी dubbing भी आती थी उसमें.
2003,
When
4.
I
when he
watched
was
the.
like
Yes,
when he was
yes,
going
yes.
out to get the fruits, मतलब उस time
Yes,
पे, like
yes,
जो
yes,
Ash
yes.
Ketchum वाला era में.
Yes. He was going out to get more crew members. And we thought he was going to go for more level fruits and stuff because it was explained to us. But that didn't happen that way. But yeah, One
Word
Piece, modern, best piece of literature
Oh,
out
भाई
there.
साहब.
Yeah.
There is
Hey,
there's
high
some
praise.
great stuff.
High praise.
It's
Chalo.
great. It's great.
Next बंदे
चलो.
से guys 3 shows each, but हो सके तो one line recommendations for each show. Sushir, you go next.
Okay, so I don't have like 3 shows, but I like one show, one movie, and one video game.
Go for it.
So
yeah.
the one show that I think anyone, I think any science fiction fan should watch is Firefly. That is like
Damn it,
one
fine.
Copying
season.
my answer.
जिसमें मतलब by the end of it you'll be like, fuck, why does this have to end? And if you have not watched it yet, go and give it a watch. It might feel a little dated, it might feel a little stunted at first,
No, I think it holds
but
up.
it
पहले
holds up
15
really
minute
good.
dated है, the rest
Yeah.
of it is awesome.
I am a first man crush. I mean, that was the first time I realized that I can have crush on men too. Like Nathan Fillion, my guy, God,
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy is a heart stealer. So
Every
next
time.
one is a video game which is like made by a company which takes the answer yes to whether it's a feature or a bug. It's Fallout 3. Okay, I should have chosen New Vegas, but the thing is that Fallout 3 is the one that I started first. It came out first, and I fell in love with it right away, the universe and everything. And it's just something that I can't get out of my mind. I keep going back to that game, modded and modded, and it's a. Can I say the word? It's a bitch to play. Like it's seriously, it takes a fucking lot of your effort to make it play on any modern system.
He was wondering
But-
about bitch, then he went goes on to
F-bomb.
but it's an experience of a lifetime. It's a fantastic RPG. Bethesda taking a turn-based game and making it into a third-person shooter, first-person shooter role-playing game. Very few people would have been able to form that idea of what an RPG can be. And the third one, it's a sad movie. One of the saddest I think I've seen of all time, apart from the part where Toy Story 3 में जहाँ पे सब toys लोग एक साथ हाथ पकड़ लेते हैं. Not talking about that. I'm talking about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh my
Jim Carrey
God.
वो movie में.
I love that film.
I every time I see it, I don't want to see it, and I end up crying, and I feel bad about it. Like it's a really sad movie. So those are my
That
three.
and the number 23, it turned my perception of Jim Carrey around.
Oh man.
Absolutely, what an actor, man!
Yeah.
What an
yeah.
actor! Yeah.
Darren,
Okay, Darren,
you go next.
Me.
one movie,
Well,
one show, one game.
पता नहीं. Okay,
Or
let's
3
see.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do 3 things. ठीक है. पहला, so she said Firefly, right? If you enjoy Firefly, or if you enjoy space operas or any top, if you like good pieces of media, go watch Cowboy Bebop का anime,
Oh, yeah.
and it's amazing.
ये सारे weeb यहाँ पर anime.
I can't like, even for like, it's a good piece of media is what I'll say. Like,
literature.
yeah, it's not a literature because there's not a comic for it. But
There isn't comic for it.
no, it started off as an ad for a toy, for space toys,
Oh,
and then that
Oh,
deal
wow.
got cancelled, and then he
Like
just
G.I.
made the
Joe.
show. He just made the show for.
अच्छा.
The
Wow.
next thing I would say is, if you enjoy good stories, good storytelling, and good improv acting, go watch Critical Role on YouTube. It's free. You don't have to pay anything, and it's a lot of episodes to watch. There are famous voice actors in all your games.
Yeah.
Ellie का voice actor from Last of Us. और कौन सी दूसरी
मैं-
बनी थी?
I don't
Last of Us 2
remember.
में whoever Abby का voice
Laura
actor
Bailey.
is there. Laura Bailey is there. Ashley Johnson is there.
Matthew Mercer is there.
Matthew Mercer is the dungeon
Narrator,
master who
Dungeon
voices
Master, yeah.
McCree. They're all massive nerds, and I promise you,
people.
you've heard in Sabka voices in almost every single game. And the way they do it, it's not scripted. It's all improv, and it's literally 5-6 people sitting at a table and playing the game, and it is so immersive, and you get pulled in the story immediately. इसका अभी animation आया Amazon पे, Legend of Fox Machina, so you can get a taste of what the show is about वहाँ पे.
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet. I plan to, but yeah. Third one I would say is Persona 5 Royal Kilo. Done. But last one I
I'm
would
waiting for it
ये
in
तो किससे निकल
PC.
गया
It's
तुझे?
not coming
Darren.
in PC. When is it coming in PC?
never. Atlas will never do it. But third one is a manga called Berserk. I think
I watched the anime.
Anime is not as good.
I have played the game.
Game's pretty okay, but
Not so-
read the manga if you can. Get a physical copy if you can and read it. If not, maybe try to get a taste of it online and see if you like it, because the art is amazing. Dark Souls and Elden Ring are heavily inspired by Berserk, extremely heavily inspired by it. The story is very dark, gruesome, gritty, but hopeful, and the characters in it are pretty awesome, and it has really incredible artwork. So
Nice.
3 things, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome.
Done.
Ayush, you go next.
You want to go? So पहले तो like I just like thought something in my mind because Darren was talking about artwork. Like if you like reading great artworks in comic books वगैरह, like अभी recently, and this is recent, not trend, Batman Damned आई थी, which was a
Oh,
limited
yeah.
edition. That art is like you pull on the pages and then it just goes from one panel to another. Is just beautiful. So that's one recommendation. My TV show recommendation, like has been for the last 2-3 years, has been Chernobyl. Like watch it, limited series, 6 episodes, amazing work. It's about a serious topic, and it also tells like अगर आपको कुछ भी देखना है, it talks about like how to explain things. मतलब उस बंदे ने इतना complicated process, how that explosion happened.
Oh
इतने
yeah.
अच्छी तरीके से समझाया that you know this is how you should talk to people. मतलब ऐसा, right? So Chernobyl is one. Then movies में there are, I'll give you 2 very good examples that I like. एक तो कहानी है, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. So
Nice.
I have been in love with that movie since forever. That is how movies should be made. Second one is Tumbat. It's a horror movie, came out recently. If you've not watched it, I'm not
Watch
sure
it.
what's wrong with you. You should watch it. Like it's not horror for horror's sake. It tells a story, and you get pulled into it. Video games में, मतलब I'm an older person, so the games that I like are probably outdated for you, more or less. Like it's very difficult to pick them up. Like the games that I love from my heart are like Diablo 2. It's very difficult to pick that up today. उस टाइम पे हम लोग खेला करते थे Prince of
Diablo 2
Prince-
is remastered.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't think it will hold up. But I think like just say if you're talking about in recent 10 years, I think Arkham Knight is something that you would not have played because of the reviews this time, and we have talked about it recently as well. I think it
Right.
holds up. It's a great game, especially on consoles. Amazing experience. Pick it up, play. You will feel like Batman, and you'll come back to thank you. Yeah, that's my recommendations.
Awesome.
Arkham
Avi?
Knight looks great also. It looks
Even
very
now.
next gen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even after
That's
5
why
years,
If
to
you
look
play
good.
it on the consoles, I think that will be your best experience.
Or if you
because-
have a good PC, modern good.
yeah, maybe PC,
Hmm.
maybe up now it's up to it. Like जब वो
Yeah.
launch हुआ
अभी
था
तो हो
PC में
जाएगा.
काफी bugs थे, right?
No, it's fine.
Now
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Now it should be easily.
It needs a 60 FPS patch on PS5 though. Maybe they'll do it. Avi, you go
बताओ
next.
अभी बताओ
Okay. I have two. I have 2 shows. One of them is the one that I really liked. It's a German show. It's Dark on Netflix.
Oh, amazing.
I watched this, so fun. I made my cousin watch it. She had a great time. So great. I mean, when you have like things where you have to think about like what's exactly happening, then like the next episode, I literally have to pull out a like notebook and I have to write like, okay, made connection. Somebody made a website for it to make connections. Like, so it was easier then. But it's such a good way of telling stories. Everything is like very good. Time traveling and all that. Then the other one is the one that was commented recently was I think by I don't remember. Invincible. Invincible is a very good show. I did not
अभी
expect.
थोड़ी देर पहले 2 comment पहले
दो
था.
comment पहला Invincible.
Shashi.
Sashi, हाँ. It's very good show. I did not expect कैसे क्या जाएगा. All of a sudden just becomes bloody and crazy. And
Invincible, the cartoon.
the animated
Amazon.
series,
हाँ,
Amazon
हाँ,
का.
हाँ, हाँ.
I did not expect that to
जैसे
go
तुम
that bloody.
anime fan हो के how are you saying something saying a word like
One Piece
cartoon?
fan है वो, ठीक है?
One Piece fan, anime fan हो वो.
कार्टून
And
बोलोगे तो दिल
animated
पे
अलग
लग
है.
जाएगा
हाँ.
अभी को. If you call it a
But it is
cartoon
a
तो दिल पे
cartoon.
But it's
like
animated.
Again, there he goes
animated
again.
series.
Animated. Just my sister says like if I was watching an anime, my sister is like, oh,
Just
you're
kidding.
watching cartoon. Like it's not cartoon. It's
And he was
anime.
like,
That is, if you want to watch cartoon, तो देखो Cartoon Network. वहाँ पे cartoon दिख जाएंगे.
Yeah, once you're 18 and above, you can't say to
जैसे-
people that you're watching cartoons. You have to say, I'm watching animated.
Hentai.
That's
But
why
I got
people
into
will
anime
start
because of Cartoon Network,
respecting
no?
you a
Dragon
little
Ball
more.
Z, Dragon Ball Z, like got into anime because of Cartoon Network. Dragon Ball Z, Scooby Doo. Like Scooby Doo
हाँ,
is not
नहीं.
anime, but really good animation उस time के लिए.
वो भी cartoon ही है.
And Scooby-Doo.
नहीं इस animated
I
series
agree.
It's
I
animated
agree.
series.
Anime is a type of cartoon.
You're just making a joke, Aman.
मजाक कर रहा है.
बेचारा अभी.
No.
Go on.
That's Invincible is second, and the third one is
इसी comment पे 4 subscribers गए.
again. क्या comment?
Cartoon बोल दिया?
Cartoon बोलता है. Next one would be the third one would be the one that I thought was the best representation of a character that was not done by DC, the Batman. Not the best, was subjective, but like the Batman movie, I thought like was kind of very much connected to Arkham K games, K Batman, how he would do detective and stuff like that. Not the very best detective in the movie, but still would hold in my opinion. So those were my main three.
The Batman is a
Awesome.
good.
I just watched yesterday.
And-
थोड़ा कुछ लोगों को दिखा के. Still, I saw the car वाला
Manas.
moment.
Manas's turn.
Manas.
Oh yeah, I'll go next. I have 3
Yeah.
TV shows in mind,
Ooh.
mostly.
I
सबसे
know
पहले
it starts with E.
E. E. Oh, वो नहीं
वो नहीं बोले.
वो नहीं बोले.
Change.
वो क्योंकि मैंने ऑलरेडी 2-3 बार ही बोल दिया ना, taking the opportunity to say something.
मुझे बोलना चाहिए.
वैसे like I love ऐसे pieces of media that like really make you feel something. मतलब अंदर से ना like थोड़ा uncomfortably सही but makes you feel something. तो एक मेरे mind में it's an old show called My So-Called Life. I don't know कितने लोगों ने देखा है. Mostly you may not have seen it. Called My So-Called Life. It's about this teenage girl navigating through like high school and family issues, parents के बीच में वगैरह, and it feels so real the way like, वो क्योंकि it's so raw जैसे वो emotions को depict करते हैं, and in that rawness it feels more real. ऐसा नहीं कि dramatization इतना नहीं लगता है, like it feels oh fuck dude, like oh shit they're actually going there वाला feel आता है when the way they portray it ना, like usually TV shows में there is a buffer कि like if they're going there थोड़ा extreme होता है reaction, it's never that extreme, and it I think that kind of makes you feel थोड़ा सा. और My So-Called Life, it's awesome. And उसके अलावा another one in a similar vein called Freaks and Geeks. ये शायद
Freaks and
yeah,
Geeks is
yeah.
good.
more people might have seen it. It has some D&D elements. A bunch of young kids actually navigating through life, and उनके around जो family है, their like older sister. There's James Franco उसमें as a teenager playing, and it's really cool. And one of the things जो Darren एक word use के like hopeful. Like उस show में थोड़ा positive also. Like some of the bad characters in this game, because everybody is kind of a kid, young, and they have like good arcs where like people come to realize, oh shit, dude, I'm an asshole. I was being an asshole to this guy. And in most movies or shows, like the villain has to fail for the hero to win. इसमें ऐसा है कि ना, like the kind of people coming around, nobody's great, everybody has like घर पे कुछ ना कुछ issue, something's happening for them to come to a fucked up state. So Freaks and Geeks certainly explores that aspect also, which I was kind of blown away. Shit, they're able to do this by the end of it. I loved that show. And the last show that I'll mention is this show. ये तो मैंने last 1 year में देखा था, called Normal People. A lot of people may not have seen it. This is based on a book. I forget the author ka name, Sally Rooney or something. It's about it I think hammers down, especially like if you've been in relationships or if you're in a relationship right now, it hammers down the importance of like having good communication. Like if you don't have good communication and you may be perfect for each other, and how much that lack of communication can hurt. मतलब it's sometimes after the second, third episode is really painful. मैं तो बहुत मुश्किल से like could not even watch it. It was so painful to see कि ना these two good people perfect for each other, weaving in and out of each other's life because communication ढंग से clear नहीं हो पा रहा है. It's genuinely some of the lines that they say in that show. There's like not to spoil, like एक scene होता है उसमें like the guy and the girl they kiss for the first time. So the guy is like a jock and athlete, and the girl मतलब is like a shy, like इतना open नहीं है. Nobody likes her also. She's an asshole. Most of the time she's an asshole person. हाँ, तो they kiss and the girl kind of giggles. तो guy ऐसे casual कहता है like you talk like you never been kissed before. तो giggle करती है like whatever I haven't. it just felt like fuck, dude. Like that is what somebody would actually थोड़ा insecurity छुपाने के लिए हंस के वो बोलेगी वैसे ना, like fuck man. And a lot of stuff in that show is very powerful. I don't think a lot of people will watch it क्योंकि उसको देखना थोड़ा मुश्किल है because of how real it feels. But yeah, these 3 shows I'll highly recommend. काफी लोगों ने देखे नहीं होंगे तो.
I have a question for Manas. Manas, mask utari apna. Are you a teenage girl in disguise?
I was going to say the same thing.
Do you listen to Taylor Swift, Rasko?
Taylor Swift Ariana
कभी-कभी,
Grande.
sometimes. But yeah, these मुझे
Taylor
लग-
Swift.
yeah, these shows don't get a lot of these shows don't get a lot of discussion also because of this exact question. कि ना मुझे लगता है like people are like काफी लोग like it's not cool to say express emotions
हाँ.
also थोड़े ऐसे ना like तो मुझे लगता है that's also one of the reasons why like these shows I thought they were lovely shows जो मतलब दिल छू गए in a different like high production नहीं budget नहीं कुछ नहीं just great actors presenting simple good stories. Check it out.
Hey, can I give one last recommendation for
Go for it.
comedy? This is a comedy show, Hotstar पे, Disney Plus Hotstar पे. It's called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
अरे,
तो 2005 या कहीं से चलता आ रहा है. Still
but
going
कितनी
on.
लगेगा? अच्छा, it's still going
Oh my
on.
God.
Yeah, it's still
Getting-
going on, and it has a lot of
Oh,
people
never
have watched
mind.
Horrible Bosses. उसमें चार्ली वाला बंदा होता है ना, the dentist वाला guy.
Hmm.
Jennifer Aniston का जो assistant होता है. He is one of the main writers and actors. इसमें Danny DeVito is in it, and he is hilarious. There's a lot of amazing, like it is one of the funniest shows I've watched, and funny over 17 years consistently.
Consistently.
And I
It's like-
quote it on a daily basis.
Biggest
Nice.
assholes you'll ever want to meet.
Yeah, it's like Friends, but if they were big
Assholes.
assholes and hated each other, but they were still friends. That is what It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is. वो meme देखा ना जिसमें वो ऐसे in front of a big board वो बंदा ऐसे जा रहा है. That is from that show. So go watch
Okay.
it. And
वैसे I have to say कि ऐसे like because we are going on last recommendation, I also like to cut in a little bit. एक तो comedy में Community, I think the
Oh.
first 2 seasons आप वो देखो, then you'll realize how comedy is made, and that is the only show that I know this the second season is stronger than this first season. मतलब like you go through the first season and you're like किसको कैसे top करेंगे, and then they do it, and they go ahead and do it.
I've been rewatching it आजकल.
हाँ. And the second one is like अभी I realized that both of my movie predictions were pretty old. So from the recent ones, you can watch Jersey. It's a Shahid Kapoor movie. Came out
अभी तो
during
है.
the but it's on Netflix now.
Netflix.
It's about cricket, but it's not about cricket. It's a great movie. Probably missed out on because of the IPL and like didn't go to but you should watch it. It's a great watch. Something that you can watch quickly. Sorry, and that's all.
नहीं awesome.
have.
Yeah, I think क्योंकि हम games इतने recommend करते हैं I'll be happy to hear more recommendations, movies, TV
One
shows.
Piece.
One Piece. There you go. The final word.
By the
Final
way,
word.
this is like off. There's a show called Dracula on Netflix going on right now. तुमने देखा है? Have you watched?
सुना हूँ मैं.
एक सीजन
सुना
आया
मैंने
जिसका. It's pretty good. मतलब मैं देखा था.
Live action.
हाँ, live action.
There's also another
Real wala.
show. There's also another show going on right now. One Piece.
One Piece.
Dude,
This joke is good, man.
how many pieces of One Piece are there?
Is it
Yeah,
One Piece?
1000
That's why no seasons.
17
One Piece.
1017 episodes jar hai. So
Damn,
that
it's
many
too
One
much.
Pieces.
Too much.
All right.
ये वो
But I think
already
One Piece के साथ ना that would be a recommendation for someone who started watching. Like जैसे 8-10 साल का बच्चा है, so he should start watching One Piece today, ताकि वो 18
शादी
साल
जब
की
तक
उम्र
होगी.
तक शादी तक खत्म.
Yeah,
final
all
ना
of you
हो.
guys should watch One Piece.
ये अमन का ये डायलॉग से याद है कि पॉल रड का जो जोक है ना कोनन में जब भी आता है तब भी बार बार वो एक क्लिप दिखाता है इफ यू डोंट नो
Oh,
व्हाट आई एम
yeah.
टॉकिंग अबाउट देन गो वॉच दैट दिस इज लाइक यू नो अमन डूइंग दैट पॉल रड ओके
All right,
Anyways,
navigating
Trust
us
me.
out of TV shows and these recommendations. We were talking about value of subscriptions and all, na? So Prajeet Sahoo commented, Series X or PS5 are 50,000 in India. If you buy one and get subscription for the entire generation, like 7 years, it'll come up to around like 85,000, 75,000 if you get PS5 digital. Total cost हो गया for the generation, for the entire generation on one console, whichever you prefer. I think it's the best deal to play next gen games on a smaller budget, but with great performance and next gen peripherals. I think this like I'm very happy कि Prajeet Sahu kind of did some calculations. Verify कर लेना for yourself. But it's great to know क्योंकि वो long term like से काफी लोग कहते हैं ना if you get a PC now, which I think is very fair to say get a महंगा PC but you get the deals, get the Steam sale and you get a wider library. I agree. But I think I'm very happy to see like consoles also kind of console का वो था ना console सस्ता होगा like the games are damn expensive or you have to venture into the used market on a regular used disc वाला market regular basis पे. It's good to see कि किसी ने ऐसा calculation करके दिया like 85,000 for an entire generation is like an insane deal. Of course उसके बाद screen monitor वगैरह का cost है but you can like a TV you can use for multiple other things other than just the console. Same with the PC I know. But thanks Prajeet for this recommendation. I
I
think it
was
makes a lot of
shocked
sense.
to see that number.
Prajeet,
Yeah.
मतलब this like seriously like out of the blue calculation मतलब क्योंकि ये it's just because it's possible only because of the subscription services.
Yeah.
And I commented down it because like this is a kind of a comment where I've not seen it anywhere else, and it comes down to almost 12,000 a year, which is like 1,000 a month. So 1,000 a month for the entire 7-year generation, and I think that is a pretty good price to pay for the current generation PS5, Xbox Series X. Jis pe bhi ho, this is a great deal. That's what I feel.
Yeah. So this is the comment of the week. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yes,
Thanks Prajeet.
I agree. Prajeet, good job, man. Thanks for
Great
bringing it
comment.
down.
And like another thoda sa like on the other side of this coin, this guy uska YouTube name है for education, not for research. तो ये कह रहा है कि like he started game development internship recently, so he doesn't have the time to play a lot of games, and I can only play games on Saturday Sunday when I have holidays. So I don't buy subscriptions. I only buy one game on Steam and on a sale and play it for like 1 or 2 months because I mostly play RPG and turn-based games, so it would take that long to complete those games.
Makes sense.
So for him, like a subscription also doesn't make sense. So एक दो games ही, which I think is like a genuine reality for a lot of working people. Like मैं तो जाके subscription ले लिया, but Game Pass में like I'm playing nothing क्योंकि I end up buying stuff and like
main part तो पढ़ो उस comment का जो नीचे
Oh
आता
yeah,
है.
okay. So for me, I think I think for me this is the best. Why should I pay for subscription when I don't even have the time to play games on a daily basis? By the way, awesome podcast as always. I mostly listen to all of your podcasts while doing something else, which I think is what everybody does while listening to podcasts. Makes everything else a lot easier. So I'm glad कि we're there to help for education. But good point also. Like I think that's as valid. Prajeet का जितना valid है comment, उतना ही valid इसका भी है कि है like maybe that's the reality for like a lot of working people. Let's say I think for me and like a lot of us on the show, like our exceptions कि like हमारा job also revolves around gaming and एक अलग ही passion है, तो that also of course you end up spending more money than you'll ever play या वो time वो खेलने को बनने ही नहीं वाला है.
I don't know what you're talking about, guys.
वैसे I
Denial.
do that.
Denial.
First stage.
I like.
I've
But like,
almost
I am on the same boat. Like I don't have a subscription service right now because I don't need one. Like मुझे Horizon Forbidden West खत्म करने में 3 महीने लगा है. मतलब ऐसा. अब तो first update DLC आने वाला होगा उसका. If there is some on the way. But like yeah.
the only
Fair point.
subscription I think I'll keep is Xbox Pass. It just has so much, and then I have Steam, which is reaching 500 games now.
I like that we are having this conversation now because that means we have choices. We can choose now. Now it's not only ki like Mana said na ki pehle it was PC and then get deals.
Right.
Now it is like, hey, are you a PlayStation fan? You can get the PlayStation Pass. Whatever comes out, it looks good. If are you an Xbox fan? Do you have Xboxes? Do your friends have Xboxes? Here, have Game Pass and play. So having that choice is something I don't think a lot of us thought about before 2018.
And you don't have to say things like
करेगा.
Xbox पे Halo तो suck करता है या फिर उसको
हाँ.
PlayStation पे God of War तो suck
Just-
करता है और PC पे तो बस indie आते हैं. You don't have to say stuff like that.
जबकि ये सब बैठ के कर रहे फोन पे दोनों कंसोल लेने का पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है लाइफ में राइट नाउ, बट फोन से लड़ाई करने कर पा रहे बस.
Just saying, by the way, the choice was there between EA Origins का play and Ubisoft.
But then you're tied to a publisher, I think. That
I'm just saying.
Fair point,
I'm
fair
just
point.
saying choice.
Fair
Just
point.
that.
That's where it starts.
I'm so happy that we can provide like he for education listens to us while doing something else because we are like angels, angels की आवाज in your ear keeping you company from heavens, giving you good
But yeah,
information.
we
But I think
also
you
have
live like
Go
जैसे
on.
I was just going to say कि like जैसे XKCD एक person
Web comic.
comics है ना,
Webcomic, yeah.
तो he had a web comic where he put on a graph जहाँ पर था कि like watches like तो जैसे watches use हो रही हैं till the advent of smartphones and then no one is wearing a watch because no one needs it, and then like smartwatch comes up and now everyone is wearing a smartwatch. So there's this period in the middle which was the glorious periods where their hands were free again. So now we are in that glorious period where we have a choice. Right now, you can buy games if you want to, and the subscription service is also a viable resource. But I think as we go along, buying will become more or more difficult choice to make over a
Yeah.
period of time, and while instead of like going for subscription service. So we are in that glorious period where you can make a choice. So good for you for education and
Do
good for
you
all of us.
do you guys think we're in the golden age of gamings right
It's
of gaming
always
right
Next year.
awesome. No. So Darren, so this is what I say. Today is the best day to be alive, to be a gamer, and then tomorrow will be better.
now? Better.
Tomorrow you kill yourself.
Worst day. Starfield cancelled.
Because who's having fun, as we already discussed. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the comments. We actually have even more comments, but those comments can be fleshed out into fully fledged topics. So I'll save it for later. But honestly, thanks for all these comments. I mean, as you can see, they're very insightful sometimes. A lot of thought goes into this. So उससे दिखता है कि audience का quality. I mean, I make fun, but I wouldn't be doing this without like you guys watching and feedback and thoughts and all. Like otherwise, I'll be shouting into a void, which I don't want to do. So, and I don't think I'm talking to idiots. मैं ऐसे मजाक करता हूँ कभी-कभी, but I
हम तो है ना.
yes, वो that's true. But yeah, thanks for all the comments, guys. This was awesome stuff. Like ऐसा discussion हो पाना ना. Thank you. But yeah, that's it. End of the comments. Don't forget to unsubscribe.
That brings us to the end
Tagline
of
of the
the-
show.
So this was not the true and
This is a bad ending. अगर
Yeah,
तुम
bad
guide
ending,
नहीं
bad ending if you
You chose poorly.
Anyways, guys, so this brings us to the end of the show. We had fun. Thanks to Aman for joining us today.
Definitely.
And
Special
if
guest
you
of the week.
if you have any more questions about crypto, NFT, Web3, gaming, I think Aman would still be there by the time video comes out, so he can probably come into the comment section and try to answer them. Aman, if somebody wants to reach out to you about Web3 and wants to get in the industry, some young person like you, what's the best way to do that?
Follow me on Twitter.
Okay, follow him on Twitter, and
Yeah.
we'll drop a link. We'll drop a link in the description with his Twitter profile. If you want to get in touch with us, you can always reach out to us in the comments below on the YouTube video, or you can reach out to us on email on editor@gameofin.com, or on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Right? That brings us to the end of the show. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right.